Okay, what's up? Happy Friday, traders. I hope that you guys can all hear me all good. But markets are selling off here after yesterday's NVDA earnings, or Wednesday evenings, my time NVDA earnings, into Thursday. NVIDIA is still trading down 5% yesterday and still down overnight over 1.5%. So, nothing on the Mag 7 actually read overnight as well. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear, see me all good. Looking forward to a good stream here. André should be on in a bit. We've got 15 minutes until the market open. We did have USD PPI news this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And now into the open. We have taken out the previous day's lows. So two things that I am looking at. What's up? Yep, Mikey. What's up? What's up, Vince? Good to have you guys on. Yes, sir. So two things that I am looking at from a technical aspect is we are trading below those previous day's lows. So on ES, that would be at 871. And on NQ, that would be at, let's check it out here. On NQ, that would be at 861, right? So there is a report with edgeful, and you guys know there's 4 levels that I like to look at every single day. The previous day's highs and lows. Okay, so if you're looking at NQ, the previous day's highs would be up here, and the previous day's lows would be down here, right? And then the pre-market highs and lows. So obviously pre-market highs, and I'm talking about pre-New York Open, okay? And the lows would obviously still be forming because we're actually trading at those lows right now. But that's what the 4 levels that I look at every single day. Now, let's speak about my trading month as well. And I hope that you guys are having a good month too. But this has been my February so far. I've actually had a green day every single day across my accounts, and it's been pretty solid. I sized down this month. January was a much better trading month in terms of P&L. But I think in terms of actual execution, this month has actually been the best. So because I've been on the road traveling, I had to size down. I actually didn't even trade at all the 1 week. I was completely off the desk. So I just didn't have, the capability to actually trade. So it's been going really, really well. But let's look at the reports, and we'll go over to NQ and look at that previous day's range report with on NQ. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at on NQ over there. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have some tougher months for sure. But, we just got to bounce back, learn from your losses and move forward. But look at this. Let's have a look at the extended market hours. So I like looking at the extended market hours. I like looking at the actual New York session. But we can see on NQ, in the last 6 months when the previous day's highs have been taken out. What's up, Andre? Your echo.
Here we go.
There we go. We got the local recordings on, bro, so we don't have to restart the stream.
Perfect.
I like the background. The new background looks sick, bro.
This?
Yeah. No, on the actual StreamYard.
Oh yeah. No, it's nice. How's my audio
now? Just check again.
Is it better now? Is it echoey still?
Yeah, still a bit echoey. Yeah.
Wonderful.
But yeah, I was just walking them through this previous day's range. We're actually taking out the previous day's lows right now, and in the last 6 months, that's a 70% chance that we'll close. There we go. That sounds better.
There it is. Yep. Okay, good.
There we go. And in the last 3 months, 67% of the time. Let's actually have a look in the last month. What it's done in the last month, actually. 58. So you see how that changes from month to month. These reports will change month to month. But I was actually just walking them through my month, bro. I've obviously been away on the road quite a bit this month, but I've actually had a green day every single day this month.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, just taking one day at a time, but from sizing down as well. And a lot of, I think 3 of those trades, those days were actually on edgeful TV. So yeah. I remember the one very, very choppy day. It was a Friday, I think about 2 weeks ago. I had the wedding the next day, and it was just super choppy, but we managed to catch those longs. You caught the NASDAQ longs, and so did I.
Dude, so 2 week wedding? It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, exactly. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired now. But what are you looking at this morning? Obviously, I was just pointing out that we had NVIDIA earnings on Wednesday after the close, and that traded down 5% yesterday, and now we are down almost 2% pre-market as well.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? That NVIDIA, if I just pull up my screen for a second. All right. So what's crazy about NVIDIA is it's been in like a pretty tight range for like a really long time. It's been in the 25-point range since August of last year. Like, that's it. Like, it's been literally in a $25 range since August of last year, excluding this like blow off top and then just like consolidation. Like, that's crazy. If you look at the weekly chart, like it looks, and it kind of looks like it's primed to go in either direction right now, in my opinion. But
yeah,
it's just this like perfect bounce off of this 170 area, rejection off of 195 over and over again. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, if we look at Meta too now, Meta almost after their earnings, like almost broke out again and has just sold off, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me just see.
I do have a support level where we're trading at the moment on ES at least, but I would agree with you. NVIDIA's been trading in that tight range, bro. Similar to how the indexes, NASDAQ and ES have been trading too.
Yeah.
We're actually back at yearly open price, just below it on.
Really?
Yeah, we're below yearly open price on the indexes.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, outside days is in play right now. Obviously, like as of right now, it'll probably be in play depending on where price opens today. So a retracement, we'll just go to edgeful quick. By the way, guys, we did add if you go to the what's in play, we did add the pre-market state, so you can see some of the reports here. Now, it's obviously not going to tell you what the data is on each of the reports because it changes like every second. So the only time that the reports are like locked in is at 9:30, which is why at 9:30, like this will all change. But you can see outside days on ES and NQ as well, right over here. So really small. The reason we did this was so you don't need to calculate like all the outside day sizes and everything else, but you can see very small outside day on NQ. You can also see very small outside day on ES as well. Like, it's a pretty good, I'll just go to the report quick. Whoa. What has changed?
By the way, Andrew, I found a nice hotel, by the way. I got Austin to help me.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah. They are. Oh, he did want me to let you know on stream they are having a meetup. If you want to go to that too. Sorry, I was supposed to tell you on stream. Yeah.
No worries. We'll discuss it more. Tell me on. We'll talk about it after. But let me just check something because it looks like
checking that it's working. Yeah.
No. It looks like the design changed a little bit.
And you didn't sign off on it.
I'm not aware of this change.
Yeah, Vince, 5:30 p.m. in Holland here. Yeah, it's 4:30 South African time at the moment. Yep, nice.
Okay, so quickly, just so I can go through this because we have 5 more minutes. Very small outside days, which means price opens below yesterday's low right over here. This red line opens below this. We look at bearish outside days from 0.1% to 0.2%. Now, granted, this is important here. The bearish outside days only happened twice in the last 6 months on ES. Within this range, it's only happened twice. Both of them reversed. The smaller ones have happened 7 times. 6 of them have reversed.
Sure.
The slightly larger ones from 0.2 to 0.4 have happened 4 times and 50% of them reversed. But today, if we look, it's 0.16%. So we're looking at these two right here. So we do have a little bit to work with to expect price to at least retrace back up to the previous day's low.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a short on YM yesterday and it just continued to tank. I can't believe that it's actually opening up outside of the previous day's lows right now. So the volume pre-market has been pretty insane, actually.
Yeah. Let's actually look. Yeah, but we have 4 minutes until the open here.
Yep.
One sec. I'm just going to go to the economic calendar.
Yeah, we had PPI news this morning.
Yeah, PPI this morning. Came out higher, month over month, came out higher than expected, year over year, lower than expected. Yeah. No, both of them higher than expected, actually. And then now we have PMI at 945. So definitely I'm going to be waiting for that orb.
Yep.
I mean, obviously. Then, wow, construction spending, 955. I've never seen that before.
Construction spending. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not going to like hold too much weight to that, but yeah, we got some data today, so I'm definitely going to be taking it a little bit easy this morning. If there's something setting up, that would be awesome. But I'm definitely going to be waiting for the orb for sure.
Sure. Yeah, likewise. We mostly do that. And I know some guys in the chat here were asking about doing more streams. Obviously, Zinc is on, but I'm going to be on stream more often as well. So that you can look forward to that too. So you can.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, to be honest.
My South African accent more often.
Good. No, I love it, dude. I love the accent.
James, I tweet messaged you. Okay, I'll check it out. Yes, sir.
Also, how does this work with the live streams? Are we streaming properly on Twitter right now?
Yeah, it seems to be coming through all good now. André, I was supposed to message Sabine yesterday, but my streams seem to be coming all good through Twitter now as posts as usual.
Okay, all right, that's good at least.
Yeah, I can check now on the edgeful and my tweets as well. Yeah, it's coming through, bro. It's coming through all good. Yeah.
No, Cody, I can see the chat. I was just curious because the app we use to stream was having an issue with Twitter, but yeah, it looks good to me now.
Yeah, it looks good. I can also see on Edgeful's channel too on your guys' Twitter. There you go. Yeah, it's coming through all good. Yep. Perfect. That's bro. It's amazing how like numbers can be down when that stuff doesn't work.
I know. I mean, you just don't tell people that you're like so the issue was that like it wouldn't work.
Sure.
On just for everyone, so you know what we're talking about. But the issue was that it wasn't working on Twitter. It wasn't announcing to everyone on Twitter that like we were live. So that was the issue there. But seems like we're good now. Yeah, Cody, you're not going to be able to see the other chats on like the other platforms.
Yeah.
But you will be able to see all the comments on the Twitter feed. Obviously, like depending on where you're watching, you'll be able to see all the comments for anyone watching where you're watching. But
yeah, easier to see on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
the comments. Yeah, I know Twitter with the comments, and that can be a little bit tricky. Yeah. But yeah, we are coming. I mean, I would not be looking to get in front of this right now in terms of like looking for longs, bro. That can be a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, I mean, this previous day's low is definitely, this is what I was just talking. I mean, there it is on NQ. But
yep.
I mean, that's the outside days already played out. Like,
sure.
On NQ, outside days that already happened. I mean, that literally just happened in probably 15 seconds. But here on ES, it still hasn't happened yet. But that outside days report that I was just explaining just a second ago is what the touch of this level is right over here.
Sure.
Nothing you can do when this happens, when it sets up like this, but whatever, it is what it is. It's not ideal, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Just that happened pretty quickly on NQ. Yeah. I'm not surprised. That's markets have been moving. The VIX is above 20, almost above 21 right now. I mean, that's a 40-point sparked the high side. As I said, like I still think shorts could be, you don't want to get in front of this at least right now for how I like to trade.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm waiting for the orb for sure. 15 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Like already, I'll just put on my orb indicator here. Already the orb is 62 points and we're 1 minute in. Like it's a pretty big orb so far. ES seems to be weaker than NQ right now.
And NVDA down 2% right at the moment.
Yeah, by the way, guys, when he's saying 2%, it's always from the previous day's close.
Close, yeah.
Yeah. So some people will look at today's open and then be like, wait, it's actually green, but it's always from the previous day's close. So when you are watching CNBC or whatever else, or you're looking at this, your watch list, all of these percentages are always from the previous day's close.
Yeah.
Also, dude, did you see Jack Dorsey?
Yeah, I saw he cut 40%. Yeah, of the
Dude,
staff.
4,000 jobs just gone.
Didn't he own Twitter before Elon bought it? Correct.
Yeah, I think he sold it before that. Like when they went public, I think he was like out of it before that. But yeah, he was the founder of Twitter. Yeah.
But he was the founder. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, with a company like that, I mean, I'm not really sure exactly what they do, but like to the detail that like to be able to speak on it,
sure,
very heavily. But to have 10,000 people, like they had 10,000 employees.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, I'm sure a lot of them were not really essential.
Yeah. Well, clearly.
Yeah. I mean, if you can knock off 40% of your workspace, like imagine how much faster they can move now. 40% of the workspace is gone. Like, that's crazy. Well, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit surprised about how NQ is pushing right now. Pretty hard.
Yeah. Up into the 890s. Yeah, I mean, probably could expect a little bit of pullback though before maybe some continued downward selling pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we normally wait for the opening range to set before looking to take any trades, right?
Yeah,
so
for
just
sure.
a heads up. Yeah, I mean, there's not one stock that's green, bro, on the Mag 7 at the moment. Robin.
Yeah. Netflix is up huge right now. What happened on Netflix?
Let's have a look. Netflix.
Was there No, there was no earnings.
No.
Can someone in the chat? Is there any Netflix news?
Yeah, it's up 7%.
Is there any Netflix news? That's a giant move after that larger sell-off.
Oh yeah.
There must be some news. It must be something with the Warner brother. They lost/won the takeover deal. Oh, they're not okay. Not buying Warner Brothers.
Interesting. So that makes them go up 8%, 7%.
Is someone else buying Warner Brothers? Look at these guys in the chat. So dialed in, dude. Everyone knows the news. That's so awesome. I'm so hyped about that.
It must have been, oh yeah, Friday calling the video at Netflix. Yeah. Netflix drops his Warner Brothers bid. Yeah. That's on CNBC. See it there. Yeah.
I heard that the Netflix bid, I forget where I saw it, but I heard that it was like kind of a BS bid that was just trying to get them to like lock up so like other companies couldn't do something with I forget what it was. I think it was on the All In podcast.
Okay.
If you guys are, for anyone who's into like business podcasts, the All In podcast is a very, very good podcast. It's pretty much like 4 billionaire friends that just talk about like AI, crypto. They talk about like news. They talk about like whatever current events, but in the business sense. for anyone who's looking for a business podcast to listen to, I highly recommend the All In podcast. It's crazy that like we're in an age now where you can listen in to 4 billionaires
for news on a podcast.
Yeah, dude. Like they sit there for an hour, they talk, they like argue with each other. And they usually have different perspectives, which is more which is great. Like not all of them are like, okay, yeah, I all think this way. Like they will argue with each other, which I think is great. But
which is good. You have to.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that they were talking about it there about like the tactics of what Netflix was doing, because I think when there is like some sort of offer on a company, like the company has to like pretty much freeze its, like, I don't know what, I forget what it is now, but yeah.
Yeah, so we are coming back down a little bit on the NASDAQ.
Oof, look at Apple.
Let's have a look. Apple. Oh, yeah, that's a big cheese.
That's almost.
That's a
1.5% opening range.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh.
Yeah, just looking. This is the last trading day of February as well. So just looking to end the month strong, guys. I think if you go back and rewatch, remember you can rewatch the streams on edgeful's YouTube channel. If you go back and rewatch from that 2 weeks ago Friday, I think, André, we sat and waited for like literally like an hour, bro, before we started to buy the NASDAQ. And then literally,
dude, I hate those days.
Yeah. Yeah. I know those days can be a bit crappy.
Those days are the worst. I feel like if I don't see something setting up in the like closer to the open, I usually don't want to really take a trade at 11 or 12. Like by then I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this.
Sure.
For the most part. But
yeah, so ES trading back down now. YM's actually the one look at YM, bro. YM's tanking off. Jeez. YM flipped higher, sparked on the open, up 100 points, and literally back down. I mean, the opening range on YM at the moment is 256 points.
Dude, you love YM.
I do. I've been trading it well this week. I'm a DJ, bro. I'll trade whatever's setting up.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. A short on this pop like does not look horrible, but
no.
I want to wait for the data.
Yeah.
I want to wait for the. I want to wait for the 945.
Sure.
I don't want to get like wicked out of a trade just yet, but yeah.
And no moving your stop to break even. Take profit.
No, dude. Enough with that garbage.
Yeah, so on Monday, André took a short with me on the NASDAQ, and André ended up getting tagged at like just for a small loss before having to short again, and then I was in that 2 positions.
Yeah, I moved I will typically just like I have different entry, like I'll have like different chunks for my stops so I can like kind of separate them out a little bit sometimes. And I just drag them all down when I'm up like probably like 60% to my target. So if I'm targeting a 10-point move, if I'm up 6 points, I'll just start dragging down my stops just if I'm short or whatever.
Sure.
I'll like pull in my stops, whatever direction, doesn't matter. Pull in my stops, but then there was a wick that just tagged all my stops just for it to come back down. So I had to re-enter, which was like whatever.
Thanks for coming. Jeez, that's annoying, dude. I was actually also looking at, so as I said, like we are actually still above we were above it. We actually are now trading below the yearly open price on ES and NQ. Yearly open price on that it was on the Friday, the 2nd of Jan. So over there, it was the yearly open price was at 902, 6,900, almost on the dot. So we're trading 40 points below that.
You know what's crazy? I'm just looking at the what's in play right now. A lot is actually low quality today. I was wondering, I was like, wow, there's really not that much that's setting up right now.
Yeah.
I'm like only 3 things in play right now. I have 14 reports and 2 tickers. It's kind of crazy. But I have my filter here at 65%. So I don't want to see anything less than 65. And look how many reports are just like trash data today.
Yeah.
Like these are all of these you don't want to, we do not want to use these. Like gap fill by weekday, gap fill by size on ES and NQ. I'm not interested in anything down here. So like that comes off, it comes out of my list. And then what's completed is realistically just the outside days, which is what played out over here. But I'm interested in these shorts, dude. Like I said it a minute ago, but I'll say it again. The shorts are kind of nice right now. Not gonna lie.
Just making a story, get the guys on while we wait for a setup.
So because, just so you guys know, because the gap fill, I need to do that. I'm going to take off the opening retracement and the gap fill from my charts right now, just because like I don't really need them because it's extremely unlikely that price actually gets there. But I am going to do this. So I have my, I'm actually going to rename it to previous day low. Rename to previous day low so you guys can see. PDL, previous day's low. Going to a 5-minute here. And it's not horrendous. Shorts are not horrendous right now. But you don't want to be caught in one of these, right? I was actually talking about this not that long ago. Opening retracement, gap. Yeah, so Jay, if you look here, on the what's in play, you have what's filtered out. So just for anyone who's new, what is this what's in play? What am I looking at right now? The what's in play is in the left sidebar. It's available to any edgeful member. You click it over here in the template section. You will have the most popular reports right over here. So you just click on that. You'll have everything loaded for you. There's like literally nothing for you to do. But what we're doing and what this does is this gives you your A+ setups every single day, the live data fed to the reports to tell you what is actually setting up right now versus what is not. What are the high quality setups and what are the low quality setups? So what you can see here, these are the 3 reports that are in play right now. That means that these are tradable. That means that the setup has formed. And if you look filtered out by data right down here, these are reports that are in play, but less than that 65% filter that I have. So if you scroll through this, and now I'm addressing the opening retracement, you can see ICT opening retracement by size, really bad today. So if you click on view details here, you can see what the size is, 0.63%, really not great. So 33% of the time in the last 6 months, price is reversed. I'm not interested in that at all. On NQ, it's even worse. So I'm not interested. So I just wanted to highlight that these are in play, but they're just not good setups right now. So I'm not looking at them.
Would you not be interested in something?
Dude, look at that.
I know. I'm watching it.
I would literally just had this. I said, you don't want to be caught in one of these.
Yep.
The arrow was already here, and there it is.
Would you just having a look at, if I just put my screen up here, Andrew, like, I mean, this is pretty volatile. Let's just zoom in here a little bit. So this is the opening range. That 5-minute bar from high to low with the wick was 120 points on the NASDAQ. Would you not be interested in maybe something like this? Remember last week, 2 Fridays ago, where we kind of chopped around like this and then we started to move higher. I mean, if we kind of like sweep the lows again and then look to bounce like that, you know, because I can see also some of like Google's now getting green on the day. There's a few stocks that are starting to rebound here, and NVDA as well as kind of like at its lows.
Bro,
like
look
Google
at this.
now.
Look at
Google, bro.
Swap to NQ right now.
Yeah, let's have a look. There we go. Yeah, it's trying to hold up there.
Yeah,
we are sitting at previous days lows from the extent, or from even the New York session as well. We're sitting at those lows at the minute. Yeah.
So
yeah, get your screen up there. But that's, I mean, it's similar. Remember that day where we ended up buying it? We also had a massive sell-off the previous day on the Thursday and ended up buying it as well. You know.
Let me look at something quick. Oh, no, I didn't set up today. I was going to say we have a report that measures like larger engulfing days, engulfing sessions, but it didn't set up this day. Wow, bro. NQ is going to make a new, there it is. Wow, new high of day on NQ. That's crazy.
Yeah, breaking the opening range. The opening range high right now. The opening range on NQ, bro, is 130 points, 125 points. Do you have your algo set on for days like this when it's that big or not?
No.
Yeah.
No. It actually just went over the cutoff.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm still kind of interested in the short.
No,
the problem is that I love being short. That's my issue. Yeah. I love to be short. I really hate to be long, but I don't know. I really don't like to be long, but the thing is that the touch of this previous day's low is really high. I don't know.
Look at the last comment in the
That's not what she said. What did I say?
I love to be short.
That's hilarious, actually. But this target here hasn't hit on ES. That's my issue right now. Obviously, ES is a lot weaker, but yeah, that's my concern.
Look at YM's actually taking the opening range low, bro. New low of day as well.
Bro, let's pull up YM.
Yeah,
let's
look at that.
What's going on with YM? Whoa.
That does not look bullish at all. So
yeah. But NQ is about to make another new high of the New York session now.
Yeah, look at that, dude. That's pretty aggressive.
I'm not super confident in these longs, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
But
what would the gap fill be on NQ? Let's
bro, it's a monster. It's a monster. The gap fill on NQ
would be another 160 points higher.
It's 1%. The gap size is 1% today.
Where's your gap fill price? What's your exact price like on it? Is it 81?
Hold on one sec. 83.
80. Okay, yeah, 83. Yeah. Give
so for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about here, we have an indicator for all edgeful users. It's included in the edgeful plan. You don't have to pay for it. Ultimate reversal setup. Ultimate reversal setup is pretty much, the indicator is called the ultimate reversal setup. In this case today, it did play out. It did form to the long side because price opened below the previous day's low, below the opening retracement, and below the gap fill. So the indicator that you want to use, I actually have this on my charts no matter what, because these are previous day's high and low, extremely key levels, whether price is opening within or outside of the previous day's range. I don't care. I want to know where they are. The gap fill, previous session's close, also automatically plots for you. The midnight open also automatically plots for you as well. So the ultimate reversal setup indicator, I don't care what day it is, whether the ultimate reversal setup is in play or not, I will have it up on my charts, because even if we open within yesterday's range, the inside bars report, that's when that sets up, is going to tell me that I want to be targeting either here or here. And I always want to know where my levels are. Where are we opening relative to yesterday's range, to yesterday's key levels? The red, the two red lines, the blue and the yellow are the important key areas that I want to pay attention to. So that's how I determine my gap fill price. So James, when James just asked, that's where I'm looking. Also, I have a very weird feeling that today is going to be one of those days where you just like have to buy the dips.
Well, my algo went long. I don't know if you heard that goal. Yeah.
Also, Rocky, this is me every day. I'm a bear in Bulls clothing. That's me literally every day. In the trading sense, like I much prefer being short, but
sure. Yeah, well, look at Google, bro. Google's, I like how you got that screen with the Mag 7 stocks, but Google's ripping now. So, yeah, I mean, some of these stocks are turning around. There we go.
Yeah, Google, Apple. Wow, Apple is like has retraced half of the move from the morning so far. Yeah, literally more than half of the move is retraced. Meta is about to break new high of day. ES is still weak though.
Yeah. Yeah, ES is not really doing much. We're still stuck inside the opening range.
I'm curious about this little area right here.
I'm using that. André, I've got the gap fill, the gap fill indicator, but I think, I just use it for the price. But I know you always say use the gap fill 2.0.
The gap fill indicator only works on equities. It does not work on. If you use it on the futures, it's going to take the RTH. It's going to take like the daily close.
I see what you're saying. That like the daily close, like at 5 p.m.
Exactly at 5 p.m.
Yeah, got it.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a total lunatic right now.
Just so the guys can have a look here, you can get the indicators, all of you, just to show the guys here, André. On the
while you do that, I'm going to get another coffee.
Yeah, 100%. On the left-hand side, trading view indicator access, you can get it all on the left-hand side, as well as edgeful do have Ninja Trader indicator access too, right? And then obviously the free Discord. So make sure you all join that too. But that's where you can get the indicators from. So if I go over here and I go to invite only and I look at the gap fill, there we go, gap fill 2.0. Okay, there we go. So that gives me the gap fill price, 083. There you go. That's why André can actually see it quite easily, because he's got the actual pricing on it. I was using the gap for the first one that they came out with, and that's there, right? So nice. NQ back inside the range. Yeah, NQ back inside the range now. ES is really not really doing too much. We're still stuck inside that 15-minute opening range. So again, this opening range is with edgeful, the 15-minute high, 15-minute low, and we haven't even broken the high side or the downside on that. So yeah, we do check RTY. I can check RTY. Let's have a look for you. Let's go like this. We can go like this. RTY. Okay, there we go. Put it over here by the other indexes like that. So RTY right now is obviously trading very weak. We're underneath the opening range low at the moment and underneath previous day's lows too. RTY looks pretty bearish, similar to what YM is doing at the moment. YM is also trading underneath the opening range low as well. Yeah, I can see why now, André, on that gap fill 2.0, you get the exact pricing. So on NQ,
that's actually why we do it, man. That's why we build the indicators.
Yeah, 083.25. You don't even have to look. So
yeah, that's why we build the indicators, because there is a lot that to manage, right? Like there is
of course
so much mental capital that goes into where is this price, where is this price, where is this, and like by the time you're done charting in your morning routine, like your mental capital is so drained. Like I don't even have to think about it anymore. Like I'm just focused on like reading the price action, reading the reports, like going to my what's in play, understanding what I need to be looking at, and then trying to execute on that. Like I don't waste time charting anymore, like recurring levels. Yeah. Like I'll put zones up, but I'm not going to be wondering where's my gap fill, where's my midnight open, like going to the midnight price, zooming in, making sure that this is perfectly on the right area. Also, like that I don't move it or grab it or whatever. Like I don't do that.
Sure.
I just think it's just a waste of mental capital. Like trading is hard enough. I don't want to be drawing lines for 15 minutes every day.
No, of course.
Yeah.
The screener will set up in the next 30 minutes as well, but you can also change the screener on the edgeful website. So what I mean by that, that's still my favorite tool, bro. The
I know,
screener.
bro. I know. Yeah. I'm working on something. I'm not going to talk about it. I think that this next thing, I mean, I'm not going to get into it right now, but I think that this next major, so we have the what's in play, we have the screener. We're going to be adding another thing that I think is going to, it's not going to make you money. It's going to save you a lot of money.
Oh, well, we like that.
Yeah. So it's going to help you stay out of a lot of losing trades. Sure. And that is all. So
I think that's actually probably more important than trying to find more winning trades.
I know, dude. I know.
Something that helped me just while we wait to see if we find a trade here today. And again, like, I don't want to mess up I know it's a bad thing to say.
Your streak, I know.
The process, but I don't want to mess up my green streak on the last day of the month. But anyway, I think in terms of, like, this is something that helped me a lot. So, André, in 2022, I made like 60% to my personal trading account, return on investment. But I had 22 trading days where I lost 4% or more of my account, which is obviously pretty bad. But so I could have done a lot more. And instead of me, I read Jared Tendler's book. For those that don't know Jared Tendler, The Mental Game of Trading, I think he's one of my favorite, trading coaches. But he proposed that instead of like the inchworm concept, instead of focusing on the front end, we'll focus on what you do poorly. And instead, in 2023, my goal was to have less than that 22 days where I lose 4% more, and I had 3 days or 2 days in 2023. And now I didn't do as well. I think I made 40% in 2023, but I didn't have that emotional roller coaster of having the big swings in equity,
Yeah. So just to the inchworm, I think this is really, really important. What that means is there are some people, like when you're an athlete or you're whatever, honestly, anything, like in your job, if you're doing a presentation, if you're like in a moment, right? Like an athlete is like one of the easier ways to explain it, but everyone has a ceiling and a floor. What you don't want is a very high ceiling and a very low floor, because that means on your bad days, you're terrible. It's actually better to have a little bit lower of a ceiling and a higher floor, because you're more consistent and you behave like your worst days are not going to kill you, but your best days aren't going to be like grand slams. So what that means is, like, the inchworm that James is just talking about is slowly inch up your ceiling, but also slowly inch up your floor too. Like, you can't just be like, on my best days, I make 100,000, but on my worst days, I lose 200,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to be able to inch up your ceiling, but you also have to be able to bring up that floor. So, and that applies to like any pressure situation. It applies to like any performance. Performance meaning like when you have to perform, whether it's a presentation, a meeting, a pitch, an interview, whatever, a podcast, like whatever it is, like performing and making sure that on your worst days, you're not like destroying yourself is the important piece. And that's critical.
I can actually bring up an extract from the book, which I think is really, really good. Here we go. Just while we wait for a trade, André, but let's see if I can zoom in there. When your range is too wide, exactly what you're just speaking about now, like where your best days are like where you make, $10,000, but your worst days you lose $30,000. Well, it's not, your range is too wide. And that's, he says in the book, and it was so true for me at that stage in my trading journey. And I was still making money. That's the crazy thing. But I could have been stopping like the C game stuff. But he also says, like when your range is too wide, and this is something that's so true. Secretly believing it's possible to always be at your best. Like you can never be at your best every single day. Like look at a professional athlete. Like you think Patrick Mahomes is throwing for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns every game? No, he's not. So. you know, you can't expect as a trader to be on your base every single day. But yeah, I think just a little bit of psychology stuff while we
it's
wait
good,
for
man.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I feel like the longs, dude. Like, I don't know, man. It's like these longs are looking better and better. Like as prices kind of building here, specifically on NQ, not on E. Well,
there we go. Look at
it is. I mean,
there we go. It's taking the highs again. I am long on my algo, but obviously that's not discretional trading, right?
Yeah. I think the longs. Wow, I wish that didn't really happen right now, but if we get a little bit of a pullback here, I'm either going to get the worst long entry or a really great long entry. But I do like specifically here the fact that ES hasn't touched previous day's low yet. Now this move was a pretty aggressive, very aggressive move on ES for a 1 minute candle, 10 points. That's extremely unlikely, but I would like one of these. This is what I would like to see. Something like this would be great. This would be ideal, in my opinion, specifically on NQ right now. But
we are moving. We are still at that. So something that I look at, and we can actually also have a look at over here, Andre. Like if I can just go like this, VWAP suite. We are still underneath that daily view. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So if you look at the top right over here, this is another indicator by edgeful, but the VWAP suite indicator, right? We now are above the daily. You can see it shows me where we are relative to the New York Open, the daily, and then the weekly. So we're only trading underneath the weekly VWAP at the moment. And then you can obviously also do a custom one, but I'd only really look at those three personally. But
bro,
we are taking the highs
is
here.
I was about to say ES is about to take that previous day as well.
But ES a lot more choppy, bro. I must
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying that looking at the what's in play here, outside days by weekday. Now, granted, it's only 2 days here, right? It's only 2 days, but we're here now. Like we're there. Now, if we can get some sort of pullback into orb high into this little area here at this 900 area,
sure.
Depending on how it gets there, I would be interested in something like this. The thing is, it'll be a pretty wide stop, but it's okay.
I'm the king of wide stops.
Bro, I know, because you have these like magical CFDs.
Yeah, exactly. You can risk the same with a wide stop.
Yeah, if we can get a pullback back into this like orb high area, I'll probably like right over. Okay, maybe I'll try a little bit of a starter here. I just tried a starter at 909. I'm going to see how it reacts in here. My stop is in this like 860 area, but I want to see how this reacts because I do expect this previous high to get taken on ES. And if ES does that, I'm expecting NQ to go a little bit higher. So,
yeah. Okay, so what's it? 909, huh?
Yeah, this is like properly marked out here, 909. See, like ES, I want to see strength out of ES right now because if ES is strong, then NQ will be strong.
Yeah.
But
why I'm still lagging though? Why I'm still at the lows?
Yeah, I think that this 900 area, I like that. It's a little bit choppy for me, but I do like this. My target is at new high of day right now.
Yes, is getting some momentum higher.
Yeah. I'm just cleaning up my risk right now to 880. If it reverses, it's okay. But I am like pretty much halfway to my target right now. So I do want to.
Yeah, what's your target?
New high of day, 954. New high of New York session, 54.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opening retracement stats I'm not super interested in because it is far away. At this point, I wouldn't be like too surprised if it gets there, but I'm about to hit TP. I'm going to move my stop to break even here.
There you go. Here comes YM as well, back inside the range, so that's looking good.
Yeah, my stop is in profit now at 920.
Nice.
So
are you trading this all on TraderVate, correct? This is all on TraderVate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Here comes ES as well for you. Nice trade, bro. That's solid.
Yeah. So that was 45 points.
Yeah.
Sorry, a quick entry though. Like I really like reacted off of that. A quick entry at 909. But
this is your type of entry, bro. This is
it's textbook for me.
Yeah, this is for you. Like obviously from streaming for you with for how long now? Like 4 months. I know like this is your type of trade, bro.
That's exactly what I was just saying right before I took it. I was saying I want, if you guys can rewind, literally like probably 4 or 5 minutes, but this is my like bread and butter.
Yeah.
You identifying the area, right? To me, this is this zone right here has been an area of interest. Obviously, I drew it. When I drew it, if you guys want to rewind, this was really the area I was mostly interested in. So as price came up, held the zone, came back up above, orb high, new high of day. I was like, I need a little bit of a pullback. Back into this area. You guys can rewind like right before this happened. And I was like, I want new high of day. That's it.
Yeah.
And now that's a 45-point move on NQ. I am not of the person, like my trading personality, my trading style is not to go for a 116-point move to the opening retracement. Now, would I be surprised if it happens? At this point, probably not. But the thing with me and like for my style personally is I would rather use a little bit bigger size and take a smaller move than try to capture such a big move, because those smooth moves are so rare where you get 100 points and it's just like a clean, nice flowing trade that like, I don't want to deal with it, to be honest. Like, I just don't want to deal with it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, could I leave a bunch of money on the table today? Sure. But 45 points.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. And on 100 minis, on 100 minis, you're doing good, André.
Yeah, dude, I went really crazy last summer with the size. And
the size, like, you said you were like,
you gotta chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trading 8 minis, dude. That's too much. It's a lot.
NASDAQ, jeez, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I went really crazy. Honestly, like I scaled up way too fast, but yeah, 8 minis, that'll get your heart going for sure.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you
dude,
need to go check
the
doctor every week.
Yeah.
Check at this, André. So just something I was looking at, and again, you can get the indicators with edgeful, but we actually are still trading quite a. We're still actually trading at the weekly open price on ES or NQ, sorry. And also previous week's lows is still down there. So we actually are, since we made that low last week, Tuesday, we actually still have been grinding higher. Like, look at this, like still kind of like grinding higher on NQ. Beans is asking if we can share edgeful AI. I think great trade.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's show edgeful AI, and then I'll probably wait today until the screener sets in, and I can look to pick my spots. I would like something like a pullback on the NASDAQ and then look for long. Remember, like on that Friday where you got the long exactly like this, and then I took it like 20 minutes after you and still won. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, to be honest, and again, guys, for anyone who's new to watch these streams, like, I think we've been on like an unrealistically like good run with these trades.
Yeah.
Like this has been.
I've had 2 losing days on stream in the.
I think maybe I've had like 2 or 3 in the last 4 months. This is like specifically streaming, and like we only stream Monday and Friday. Like obviously we don't take a trade every day, but like the streams have been like unrealistically clean in terms of the call outs on the trades. Like personally, I am also a lot more selective.
Yeah.
With my trades when I'm on stream too. So like it also helps me. God, why is this happening?
I I think streams help me so much for my trading because I can't be doing bullshit on stream. Bro.
Yeah, because you know people are gonna copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I have to explain myself why I'm taking the trade. If I'm like, oh well, I just like it, well, that's not good enough, you know. But I think it does. That's why a lot of people ask me also, why do you stream so much? I'm like, well, it keeps me from doing dumb shit. Someone's asking, I'm new to the chat. I missed your entry. Do you usually call out when you enter? Yes, we do. We're not saying go and copy us. We're just giving you educational reasons based on edgeful data and our market experience why we are taking trades. We're not saying just go willy-nilly copy us. That's never what we're going to say.
And you should not do that with anyone, by the way.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it with anyone. You should use people's market experience and how they view the market. Like I've learned so much from André and how he trades that I could probably tell you when what his best trades look like.
Yeah.
And I try and adapt that into my own type of style as well. So
yeah. I mean, I learned from James, and like I think that actually what I've personally taken away from James's style is not trying to be like there have been a lot of days actually which haunt me even now. And when I see the clips and there's your target on the algo, right?
Yeah, it just went off. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was, by the way, guys, he was trading the orb algo. It's fully automated. It's part of it's a upgrade on the edgeful plan. If you guys are interested and you don't have the algos, it's right over here in your sidebar, or you just go to edgeful.com/algos to learn more about it. But there have been so many days where I'm looking for this perfect retest that I don't get it. And then I just sit and watch and watch and watch and watch as the market goes in my favor. And like, those are my worst and most frustrating days. And like on those days where James might not get the perfect entry, he'll still take the trade just because he likes the setup. And like, that's something that I need to do a lot better.
Sure.
Because I'm always looking to get the perfect entry. I mean, obviously there is no such thing as a perfect entry, but like, I'm looking for like, I want it to go here. And like, I don't control the market, obviously. So like, I don't know when it's going anywhere. But I think what I've taken a lot from James's style is like, maybe you can enter at an area that like isn't a pullback or like isn't like the perfect spot just to get exposed to this opportunity, because like if it plays out, then you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah.
But
and just before we show like edgeful AR, the screen is going to set in the next 17 minutes. But I just want to show you my trade actually from Monday, which again, you can go rewatch the stream, go learn from it. And I'm not claiming to be the world's best trader. Now there's André, but we know how to make money trading long term. So, use it as educational reasons. But let me just quickly show this trade from Monday. Like what I sometimes do as well, André, is I'll take a trade. Like I took the short on the NASDAQ over there on Monday, and I was in a small size, and I like to just to get exposed to see how the market moves when I'm in because I think you always see the market a little bit better. Like once you're in the position, okay, it's clearly working against me. Maybe I need to reduce size, whatever, because you can actually see the P&L fluctuate. And then I actually got in with double the risk up at the highs here and end up taking the nice short. So, that's something that I'll do in terms of like adding into a position.
No, I mean, I'm not very good at adding because most of my trades are exactly like if you were to say what is Andre's trading style, it's exactly what happened today. Like I cannot think of a more perfect setup for my style of trading where I didn't have to add. I had a risk that I was okay with at the 860s ish, which is a pretty wide stop. Like I'm okay with a 50-point stop. I'm not really okay with anything more than that, to be honest. But just the sequence in which it played out was so clean for me and my style because, and again, you guys can rewind and like watch it live. Obviously this is recorded, but looking at this NQ, what I was saying earlier, what I said in the beginning, even like before the market opened, was we might get one of these. Like the whole day is just going to be one of these where we make a new low of day and we just rip all day.
Yeah.
And then after price broke this orb high, I'm not going to lie, I was pretty surprised because I was saying that I was more interested in the shorts in the morning. But then after price broke the orb high, retested back into this area, now I was interested in the longs. So now my mindset is shifting towards longs. I'm also looking for NQ and not ES because NQ is significantly stronger than ES at the time. So what you can see here is that NQ made a high of day, NQ broke the orb high, ES was like not even close. So immediately, if I'm looking for the longs, I'm going to the stronger index, which is the NQ in this case. Then price pulls back into the area that I was paying attention to, and I don't really have an entry here because where am I going to put my stop? Right? I'm personally not going to do something like this. Right? At the time, I'm not risking 90 points, which is a new low of day or orb low. There's not really that valid of a stop down here for me to take this trade. So no entry here. Price starts to run up, makes a new high, right? There was a high right here. New high is made, and immediately as this high was made, and you guys should rewind just to kind of see, like as I was looking at it, how I thought about it. As the new high was made, I said, I want something like this. I drew it out exactly like that. I said, I want to see something like this. As price goes up, breaks the high, pulls back into the area of interest, right? The orb high, the zone that I had before. I want to take longs targeting new high of day. The reason I'm targeting new high of day and not the opening retracement is because if you go to the what's in play and you go down to the filtered. So by the way, guys, anyone who just joined, if you're an edgeful subscriber, go to the what's in play, click on this template section, click on most popular. You're going to have exactly on your dashboard what I have now. It's exactly the same. But you can see that the opening retracement on NQ for this size, for NQ, and this is the by size subreport, 29% has reached this yellow line. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen today, but it's not my target because of it. I am not targeting something that has happened 29% of the time. Now, it could happen. Obviously, it's happened 30% of the time, 3 out of 10 times. I'm not expecting today to be that day. If it does happen today, great, I don't care, but I'm looking for a new high of day. I'm not looking for a midnight open to be touched. And then as soon as price went the majority into my favor, I moved my stop from 60 down to 80-ish. So I saved 20 points of risk. I still didn't move it to break even because last week we had a wonderful situation where I got stopped out of break even. So I didn't want to do that again. I had to re-enter the trade, but new high of day was my target. That is the idea for this trade. I was long bias because of the, so again, you can rewind and watch this as I was explaining it. But if you look, the outside days on ES is no longer in play. Why? Because it played out. ES outside days by weekday, 100%. Right? Again, that doesn't mean it's going to happen every single time, but in the last 6 months, bearish outside day on ES on Fridays has reversed. Outside days in general on ES have reversed. What is an outside day? Go to outside days, go to ES. 67% of days that open below the previous New York session low have reversed to come up and touch the previous New York session low. So I wanted to take advantage of that over here, right? I was expecting price to touch this area because almost 70% of the time across any day, across any size, it has touched. But I'm not going to trade the weaker index. I'm going to take that on NQ, not ES, expecting this to happen here, because my logic was if ES touches the previous day's low, if it comes up to do that, NQ will be higher than that because NQ is stronger.
Yeah.
That is a full breakdown of the trade logic that I was using. So I hope that makes sense. I wonder if Mr. Z is long at the IB50. Probably, honestly. Zinc, are you in the chat here? If you are, let us know.
Yeah, it does look quite nice there from the like where we are right now, Andre.
Yeah, I mean, a break of the, ideally you don't really want this to hit right now, but
And then, André, if you can just go over the edgeful AI.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. So, edgeful AI. I'm going to close this, but I highly recommend you actually just look through this. There's only 7 steps. You can create a new chat. That's one. Mark that as complete. You can use the pre-built prompts that will preload a question into here. For this case, I'm going to close this, but I'll walk you guys through how this works and how the way that I think about it. So we added the ability to analyze reports. So now we have the connection between AI and the data. Before, you were not able to do that, so now we have that. So if you click on Analyze Reports, what you can see is you can now pick a date range, you can pick a report, a ticker, everything else. You can pick your customizations, click Save. Now I'm going to click Analyze here. So I'm going to close this sidebar. By the way, guys, if you want to close this sidebar, you just click on this so you have a little bit more room. You can open and close it. Obviously, if you want to make a new chat, you can do that here, but I'm going to close that. And now I have all of the data for the reports, for this IB report in my sidebar. Now, why is this important? Because now I can go to my AI and say, can you tell me what weekdays double break the IB the most? So now we have, tell me what weekdays double break the IB the most. And now this is not obviously revolutionary, but I'm going to start to layer in a few more questions after this. So then you're going to be able to kind of understand a little more of what we're doing. But another important thing is that you can see I'm looking at the standard IB report. I didn't have to pick a sub-report because we pretty much added as many columns as we can. So you don't have to have 7 reports in here. So you can see we have the weekdays. We have the IB by rejection here, high or low form first. We have the first break. We have the IB size. We have the IB close. We have the IB extensions. We have you don't have to ask questions on all these, but we have everything just so you don't have to memorize what sub-reports have what information. So you have all the information here. Now, what you can see, Tuesdays double break the most. It's a clear standout for double breaks. Great. Now, we always have a suggested follow-up question because a lot of people don't really know what to ask. So we always have a suggested follow-up question here. And what I like to do, honestly, you could just technically reply yes, but the better way to do it is just do this, and then just copy paste the actual question and just write yes. Now, I'm not going to use that question specifically, but I am going to go through and ask a follow-up question about double break days. So sure. You're going to see what I'm going to do now. I'm saying, are there any commonalities among double break days? Are there any predicting metrics like IB size or anything else? Okay. So what I'm doing now is instead of me going through and identifying what the weekdays are or whatever the metrics are that lead typically to a double break day. Oh, good. I'm very happy. Thank you so much. We have a lot of improvements that are coming soon. So this is just the most raw version. The way that I think about explaining edgeful AI or edgeful as a whole is today, it is the worst that it's ever going to be. As you can see, it only gets better from here. So I'm just going to refresh this, but it only gets better from here. So right now, this is the worst experience that you're going to have because as the weeks go on, we're obviously going to improve the experience. We're going to improve the speed. We're going to improve everything else. But let me just try this again in a new chat because I don't want to wait for. Okay. So worst crash market ever? Are we crashing right now? There's a comment there. Yeah, Cody, you won't have to do that anymore. I know that's a pretty big one. I know that a lot of people were getting annoyed about like they have to screenshot the table and everything else. Like I know that's really the intention. Like we are going to be building this out. So right now, again, just what I was saying before, I hope this doesn't crash. Just keep in mind the reason that sometimes it takes a little bit longer is because it's literally analyzing all of this information and it's trying to find like commonalities. So here, by the way, you guys don't have to have this open. You can just close this like that and you can keep it closed. But this is actually something that I really like to do is ask like, are there any commonalities in this condition? Like, okay, for gap up, like, is there any commonalities on the days that filled? Is there any weekdays? Is there any sizes or anything else? Like whatever else, like you can always just ask, like you find the patterns. Like ask the AI to find the patterns. Like you shouldn't be the one to figure it out. So I asked, can you look at IB double break days and tell me if there are any commonalities, whatever else. Okay, so it looks at the weekdays. Tuesdays, obviously very high. You're not actually able to export out, but you can do everything in here. So just keep that in mind. If you have any suggestions, if anyone has suggestions, please send them to us here. Like, hey, I want to be able to upload files. I want to be able to whatever else. I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Please just send it to us because we are extremely open to feedback. Like we want to make sure that we're building this in a way that the users actually want. Like, of course, we have a vision in mind for like what this will be in the next 6 months. But as a user, we want to hear from you. Like you guys help us shape this app and this product. I want to hear, what are you using? What do you like? What do you hate? This is slow. This doesn't make sense. This user experience sucks. Like, we want to improve the product, and the fastest way to do it and the fastest way to make your experience better is for you to tell us, hey, this is good. This is bad. Yeah. Whatever else. But so Tuesdays, by far the most common day for a double break. Interesting. Now, the size here is actually another interesting one. The IB size, double break average size is 150 points. So if the IB is actually a little bit smaller at 0.6%, it actually tends to break a little bit more, it says. The IB close location, on the days that double break, the IB has closed within the initial balance range, which would be, in this case, let me just swap over to my IB indicator here, within, in this case, this area here. So if price does double break, you can expect a close within the IB. First break direction, oh, this is actually interesting. The first break direction, 60% of the time on the double break day is the IB low. So what that would mean is pretty much expecting a break of the low. Like you see the break of the low first, it's actually more likely to reverse and break the high than it is the other way around. So that's interesting.
Sure. Yeah, this is pretty cool, bro. I like it. I'm definitely going to use it to simplify my trading, continue simplifying it as well.
Yeah, so I just asked, can you break down the IB size details? Because it didn't give me like that good of a breakdown for the IB size. And just so you know, for everyone that uses this, and we are going to be adding view up eventually, it's just a little bit difficult to do it, to be honest. Yeah. Because it's very subjective. There's a lot of different things that go into it. But just so you guys know, we have curated this to give you a simpler response. It is not going to elaborate like in super detail. If you have questions on the responses it gives you, you can ask, but we don't, like the initial answer is always meant to be a little bit shorter, a little bit more concise, like a more of a summary than a full breakdown, because we don't want you to have like this extremely long answer that you're only going to read like a little bit of it. But yeah, so there's that. But I'm just reading this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, double breaks cluster heavily in the small IB zone. 14 of 22 double breaks had a IB under 160 points. So, okay. Now, today is not one of those days. Today, the IB is 215 points. And the IB just set right now. That means the screener is going to come in. That means that the IB is set. That means the IB by rejection is in play. For anyone who watches Zinc on the other streams, I'm sure you know what the setup is now. But before I get into that, small IBs don't guarantee a specific outcome. That's obviously important. But the important thing, the thing that I'm taking from this is the sweet spot for double breaks is roughly 65 to 160 points. That's a very key thing for me to know. So if I see a smaller than average IB size, that is my signal to say maybe I'm not going to be holding runners after I expect that first break to happen. Right. Sure. So let's pretend that today is a smaller IB, it breaks the low. I'm not going to be holding runners to go fully all the way down because I don't want to fall into this double break day. I hope that makes sense. Also, one other thing is that we always have a TLDR. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's too long, didn't read. We always have a summary of everything that it said above. Double breaks are a small IB phenomenon. 64% of IBs under 160 points are the ones that double break, whatever else. So you always get a TLDR. You always get a follow-up question. So you don't have to think of the follow-up questions. It will always give you the follow-up question here. Yeah. So
yeah, we got the screener setting in the next couple of minutes. It normally takes about 3 or 4 minutes after the RB is set. But we're coming back down on the NASDAQ.
Yeah, what's going on? What's reversing? Oh, Apple's at new low of day. Broadcom is kind of close to the highs. Meta's kind of reversing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple's really, really flushing here. I'm curious to see how Apple earnings are going to be with the Claude bot.
When is Apple earnings, actually?
I don't know. But I'm interested to see how their earnings are because I think this...
Is that something you can ask edgeful AI about when is Apple earnings?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We should probably do that.
Let me ask, actually. Let me see.
I don't think it has the... I mean, let's see what it says, but I don't think it knows.
When is the next Apple earnings?
So
okay. Awesome.
April 30th seems to be...
yeah, it's outside my wheelhouse. It says it's outside my wheelhouse.
That's awesome. Yeah, so...
next Apple earnings is April 30th.
Yeah. So right now, again, guys, with the IB by rejection, you're looking for a break of the high here. And if we go back to our what's in play, we now have all the reports right over here. Opening candle continuation is green today, 82% of the time in the last 6 months. The session has closed green, obviously very bullish here. And I do want to actually, I'll show you guys quickly how. So you can also combine reports. So you can do the IB, and then also you can do the opening candle continuation. Obviously check your customizations always and click analyze. So now the target here is 35 points to the IB high. Honestly, this wasn't really that bad of a setup here, to be honest, but yeah, probably could have taken this. I wasn't like
NASDAQ, just where we're sitting right now, like at least for me, it seems like you have to be quite quick on the scalps to the high side.
Yeah.
We are sitting right at weekly VWAP as well, which We haven't even taken our pre-market highs yet, so I'm wary. I do think we could end the day high. I mean, that, you know, a lot of these days we are trading above VWAPs as well. Like if you're only looking at it from the New York market hours, we're looking pretty bullish.
Yeah, I'm happy with my trade today. I'm probably not gonna take another one.
Yeah.
Even though the IB by rejection right now is very clean. But
yeah, we got the screen and ours all should be also no, not yet. RB is still loading. Yeah.
Well, the IB it's gonna wait for it to break. Like you need to wait for the breaks. You need to wait for the breaks. But so what I did here is I combined the IB report and the opening candle continuation report. And you can see, obviously, all the data is over here. So the blue section is the opening candle. The black section is the IB. We have all the data here. And I said, can you look at days with a green opening candle and tell me how the IB break type is? Break it down into a table. So it's looking only at days with a green opening candle. You can see 45% of all those days are a breakout day. 12% are double break. So it's very unlikely if there's a green opening candle for price to break down. That's that major divergence between the opening candle and the break of the IB. So here you can see that 45 days of the 68 or 60 or 2/3 of the time, you're going to get a break of the high with, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to get a break of the high with a green opening candle. So here, so now there's a follow-up question. Again, I'm not really thinking about the follow-up question. I'm just going to paste it in here and just write yes. And I'm just going to see what happens. And like sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like keep copy pasting the questions and just say yes and like let it just continue. Like let it go down a rabbit hole. Maybe like I'll find something interesting. But yeah, we are going to get very likely here that break of the IB high. I'm assuming zinc is in this trade.
Yeah, you should be. It's your setup.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, how do you use the open candle continuation as a setup? So basically, if the first hour is bullish, right, you want to be looking for pullbacks for longs. That's how ideally I look for it. Or if the first hour is bearish, you want to be looking for pullbacks for shorts. That to keep it in the simplest form, right?
Yeah, and okay, cool.
Yeah, do you guys go live every Friday? We actually live every single day on edgeful's YouTube channel. So yeah, every single day.
So I need to close that. 1 sec. All right. So here I asked, I copy pasted the question. Break down the opening candle days by weekday. See if there's a certain day that a higher breakout rate. Okay, interesting. So you can see here, this is the table. This is the one I actually care about with the percentages. I don't really care as much about this. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, very high. Tuesday, Thursday, not so much, right? So Tuesday, Thursday, I'm not expecting that as strong of a green opening candle breakout of the IB. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I am actually expecting, and also the sample size is pretty good here too. So that's important for me to know. And then now we have takeaways. We always try to have some sort of summary, some sort of like TLDR, some sort of like whatever down here. And you can see Monday is the standout, Tuesday, Thursday lag noticeably. Both sit in the mid 50s. Obviously you don't want to like apply this opening candle, green opening candle continuation and IB breakout on these days, obviously. Wednesday, Friday are great. And want me to check the breakout rate on green days. Okay, what I'll do is
Yeah, Nasdaq's still struggling to get back above 25K.
Okay, so one other thing, as I go through this, sometimes I ask the questions in a little bit of a weird way. Like, how do you combine reports? That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're combining the IB report and the opening candle continuation report. That's exactly here. We're looking at green opening candles and IB breaks by weekday, IB breakouts by weekday. So if you want to rewind a little bit, you can do that. We're going to have like a full explainer video on how this works. But sometimes I phrase the questions a little bit differently because I'm trying to kind of guide the AI on like what column to look at. So here I was saying how many days with a green opening candle, right? So it knows opening candle green. So now it's going to take each of the days with a green opening candle. You guys don't have to do this, but it just helps. It makes it easier for the AI to know exactly what you want. Like the closer that you can reference the actual data in here, like the name of the data in here, the better the responses will be. So then I said, I want to know how many of those days the IB closed above the IB high, right? So close location above the IB high. I'm trying to guide it a little bit. We are IGS3. We are working on that, by the way. Yeah, buy it, trade it. James took a long on the NASDAQ today with the Orb algo.
Yep.
So I hope you did too. The IB algo or the Orb algo on ES has also been great. Yeah, recently it's been pretty awesome, but yeah. So sorry, I'm just give me 1 second. Hold on, James. Let me pull up your screen 1 sec. Can I pull it up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. We're getting a little bit of a pop on the NASDAQ. I'm still flat
there
right
it is.
now.
Break of the IB high
Yep.
on ESNNQ. There's that IB buy rejection.
So we should have the screener come up as well. Let's just refresh that. There you go. So mostly screener pointing bullish, obviously, for now, for sure. Also, I'm just actually chatting here to someone. He's messaging me saying he's had a tougher trading week and wants to change the way that he trades. You can't form any, you can't get used to a way of trading if you're going to chop and change all the time. You can't go from trading the NASDAQ to trading gold and then always be chopping and changing. You're not going to get used to the market that you are looking at.
Size down.
Yeah.
Size down a lot. Size down like to 1 or 2 micros max. And it will help you so much because what happens is a lot of people, or what I've noticed at least, is a lot of people, they like to size up very quickly and then they get very emotional when price goes against them. And when that happens, you will interfere with your trades. And when you interfere with your trades, it's a very dangerous game because the moment that ideally, your target, your stop, everything is determined before you get into the trade. Because what I've noticed is that if I just get into a trade and I don't really know where I'm going to stop out, once my money is on the line, now I become a little bit more emotional about where do I put my stop? How much am I going to, like, you want to have everything defined before, because then you're not as emotionally attached and you're not going to like try to reverse engineer. Okay, well, I think that price is going to go in this direction because I'm long, right? I think price is going to go up only because I'm long. And there's like, if you weren't in the trade and you were kind of like sitting back, you'd be like, well, that's an obvious short.
Yeah.
But when you're in the trade, you'll start to talk yourself through, well, I should be long, I should be short, I should move my stop, I should do whatever, because your money's on the line. So if you size down, you're not going to care if you do take a loss. Like even a 50-point loss on one MNQ is like, I mean, it's like nothing. So
correct.
Sizing down will help almost universally. Almost universally with like any trading problem, sizing down will help. So my first recommendation would be to anyone who's in a losing streak or whatever else, most people's like, okay, I want to size up because I want to make back my loss. That is the opposite of what you should do, because sizing up is only going to make you more emotional. Size down, build up the good habits, and go from there. But also, I don't know who you're messaging. I don't know like what type of trader he is, but a lot of people, they do is they will trade based on some nonsense they see on YouTube. And you can't do that, because if you do that, you're just kind of hoping that it's going to go in your favor.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the IB high just broke right now. And
yeah, ES also broke for a new half day.
like the IB high just broke. Before it broke, there were people in the chat that were saying, oh yeah. How many times have I done that? Where I explain something and my screen is not up. So the IB high just broke. And we were saying, even in the chat, there were people that were saying, IB high is going to break. IB high is going to break. Why? Not because we're some like sorcerer or wizards, but because we have a report called the initial balance by rejection. It's a sub-report of the initial balance. So you go to the IB report, you go to the by rejection sub-report. And what we see is that for every time the low formed first of the initial balance, 79% of the time in the last 6 months, the first break of the IB is to the IB high. So practically 8 out of 10 times, when you see this, right? This is the IB high right here. Pull back. You're expecting this to happen, not this. Why? Not because I said so, not because Zink said so, not because James said so, but because the data in the last 6 months says that almost 80% of the time, the first break is to the high. And that is critical. So if you're the type of trader that's going to do this because you don't have the data, good luck. So you can't, your psychology will never carry you through your trading. Like if you're going to, like if you're trading like something that doesn't work, or if you're going to put yourself in this bucket here, 19%, I mean, good luck. Like it's not going to work. So you need to build the foundation of your strategy on data, and we make it really easy for you to get that data. And then you layer the psychology on top of it. So that's my advice for anyone who's struggling right now is if you want to take a little reset to something that's data backed, and then build psychology on top of that.
Yeah.
And then Jim, do algos work locally on your machine, or are they cloud-based? They are cloud-based. And if you are on an airplane with zero Wi-Fi, or your computer is off, or your computer is thrown into the ocean, they will still work.
Yeah, the algo work even when you aren't able to be on the day. Like I didn't have any signal last week and my algo was still running. So
pretty good.
Yeah.
Vincent. Yes, I mean, we do this twice. I mean, I do it twice a week. James streams more than I do, but yeah, I mean, we're here to help. That's the point. We're here to try to give you guys like as much value as possible and really make an impact in the trading space. Like we're not here to not have an impact. We're here to make a significant impact, and that's the important piece. Like I want to be able to like help everyone. Like I am obviously like I'm like mentally very data oriented. Like I have a very specific way of thinking about things. And this is like turning my mind into an app is what edgeful is, if you think about it. So I want to try to help everyone as much as I can understand how to use and interpret this and apply it to their trading, because this app is literally like a derivative of my mind. It's like a version of like the way that I think about things, the way that I see things. Like that's what this app is.
What I really like about it though is that you can't argue with anything. It's all data.
Bro, it's the best part, because in this industry, everyone has something to say, and I'm like, but not to me, because I'm not giving you my opinions. I'm not telling you that like this is the way to do it or whatever else. I'm saying here's the data. Like, dude, if everything on edgeful was 50-50, it would be horrible for edgeful like as a business, but it would be the truth. Like I'm not going to change it. Like it's all the data, it's all the facts.
Correct.
Right here we got, I'm about to test AI as much as I can after watching this. Is there some sort of, so there are limits, but you're probably not going to hit them, to be honest. Like just don't be shy on the limits. You can always, I'm actually going to see, just give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. So we technically do have tokens. So if you click on the uses limits button here on the left side, it'll tell you. Honestly, like don't really stress about it. You're probably not going to hit them. The limits are like really, really high. So yeah, just like don't worry about it. But yeah. So here I just kind of like following up on what I was using it before. So again, this is really important. Please, anyone who's going to use AI, please listen. And we're going to make this better, but right down here we have the initial balance, the initial balance standard plus opening candle continuation, whatever else. This is the reports that you have. This means that this report is in the context of the AI. If you X this out, which I'm not going to do right now, but if you X it out, it is no longer, like the AI is not going to be able to read the data because it's not in the context. So the way to add it back is that you click on saved runs and you would click this to add it back over here. So if you ever see that and we're going to make it more clear, obviously it's not like perfect right now, but if you want it to be able to connect to the data, you need to have it over here. The way to do that is you click on saved runs, you click over there. But if it ever says, I don't have access to the data, all you have to do is just click on this, click on the report to add it back into the context, and it will work. And Steve, don't worry, we're not going to raise the prices today, but we actually are going to raise the prices kind of soon, actually. But don't worry, it won't be today. So you're going to be all set there. But what I asked earlier, we were talking about the initial bounce and the opening candle continuation. I said, give me a table with the percentages. What I asked for is, tell me how many days with a green opening candle closed above the IB high. Give me a table of percentages. Here you can see above the IB high 50% of the time, within the IB 38% of the time. So just interesting to know that 50% of the time, it's going to close up above here. So today, or both of these days have green opening candles. So if I just put that on quickly, let me clean this up a little bit here. James, we got a question for you. If you look at the most recent question.
Which futures platforms allow South Africans? I mean, there's a few. Yeah, I mean, you can go check the link in my bio. Can I put the link in the chat as well if they want? Yeah, go check them out there. There's a few. But you can't, unfortunately, day trade futures as a South African being in South Africa with TraderBait. They won't allow you for geographical reasons. Yeah. But you can go check them out there.
Creative trader, are existing users grandfathered into the price when you raise it? Yes. So this is something that we've done forever. If you subscribe to edgeful, currently edgeful is $49, and we raise it to call it $79 or $99, you will always be grandfathered in at the price that you paid as long as you don't cancel. So when we raise the prices, if you sign up now at the 49 is your price. We're never going to raise the prices on you, but in the future, for anyone else who signs up, they will pay the higher price and you will keep your price, just so you know. That applies to the algos, that applies to regular edgeful, that applies to any other platform, like any other, like we don't have any other technically products right now. We just have regular edgeful, and then we have the algos. The algos have the automation and the algos themselves. But yeah, we will never raise the prices on the existing user base as long as you don't cancel. So you can't sign up, we raise the price, you cancel, you sign back up, you're not getting the 49 price anymore. Just so you guys know. But just to show you guys what, and again, you can decide to open or close this. Personally, I really like to have this open. I do not like to have it closed because I like to go and just kind of like scan around what I can ask. That kind of like just visually for me helps. You can make it small or you can make it really big. We know that this looks ridiculous here, but we want you to be able to make this as big or small as you want, because honestly, like if we locked it at this, it would be pretty annoying to go and read. So obviously we're aware that this kind of looks ridiculous here, but we're going to figure it. We're going to figure out a different solution. But honestly, when I was testing it, I was like, we have to make this thing wider. And I have a the Apple Studio display. I was like annoyed that I couldn't. 27 inch like is a pretty solid size, but I couldn't make it any wider. So I was like, we got to like make it bigger. But please note on my account that I never intentionally cancel. But so just to kind of finish the point that I was saying before, what I'm asking here is I'm combining the IB and the green and the opening candle continuation. What I asked was, on the days of the green opening candle, where did price close on the day? So it gave me these, but I said, give me a table with the percentages. Closed above the IB high 50% of the time, within the IB 38% of the time, below the IB low only 11% of the time. So what that means is today has a green opening candle. You can expect prices closed up here 50% of the time. Prices closed here 38% of the time. And then prices only closed down here 11% of the time, right? So what that means, let's just say you're an options seller. You can sell options down here all day, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't mean that, I mean, it has closed below here, but if you trade the SPX or SPY or QQQ options, it's very unlikely that price gets down here today. Yeah. Close is specifically down here today, is what this is measuring. Only 8 times, 11% of the time of the days of the green opening candle, right? That's today. Both ES and NQ had a green opening candle. I'm not even asking for a break of the IB high either. So if you do green opening candle, break of the IB high, only those days, then tell me where they close on the day. I'm sure this is going to be, I mean, obviously only a break of the IB high is 0% because it only broke the IB high. But if you'd really want to know how often does it close above the IB high or within the IB, because that'll allow you to sell the strikes that are a little bit higher up instead of all the way down here, because the premium that you're going to get, the credit you're going to get is going to be obviously lower or less the further down you go in terms of price. For anyone who doesn't know options, I'm sorry, I probably just lost you there. But for anyone who does know options, you probably understand what I'm saying, and this probably, hopefully, like created a light bulb moment for you on how you can use Edgeful AI to sell options. Because personally, I think it's a fantastic tool to understand where you can sell options and combining whatever reports you want to be able to identify the areas where you can sell. So, and see, great info. Thanks for being so considerate to your customers. Honestly, so considerate to the customers. To be honest, we have 150 reports now. We have 50 trading view indicators. Almost all of them have been by the request of our users. So just something to note, if you click on your support icon down here, build a custom report. So there was a question earlier about, can I use the raw data? By the way, we're working on that. But build a custom report. You can actually request that we will build a report for you. And then here, build a custom trading view indicator. We will also build trading view indicators for you. So just keep that in mind. You can do that as well.
Edgeful, the locator is only.
Look at that. Everyone read that comment. I appreciate that, Seamus. With a low E is the only platform that has made me profitable. Orb and IB is all you need. I totally agree. The James's Orb algo went through today, was a winner. I mean, you can hear the alert go off on his practically every single stream. For the streams that I remember, I mean, they've been amazing trades, great trades. But yeah, the price for the algos right now is $2.99 a month. So for now, and what you get with the $2.99 a month is you get edgeful, which is $49. Then you get, technically the algos are $2.50 a month, but you can't get the algos without edgeful, so it's technically $2.99. But you have to get edgeful. Then you get the 7 algos that we have, and you get the automation. So you can plug in your prop firm or your broker. So NinjaTrader, Tradeovate, Project X, you can plug in and automate the strategies, whatever you end up doing. You can automate it. So whether you're on a plane, you're sleeping, you're trading the Asian session, or whatever else you're driving, all the trades will be automated for you. And that's what you get in the $2.99. You also get a private Discord. So we have a Discord with over 5,000 people in it, but you get a private Discord group just with algo members. And in that Discord, you get settings. So like those members like share settings with each other. They like the algo optimization settings and everything else. So you do get that as well. You also get all of the additional algos that we build. So the IB algo and the Orb algo are the most popular ones we have. And we've built variations of them. So we have an IB algo right now that will automatically move your stop to break even or into profit. Like that gets grandfathered into the existing algo group. Like you're not paying more for that. Any other variations that we build, you're not paying more for that. We have an engulfing candles one. We're going to obviously build more variations of that. You're not paying more for that as long as you're an edgeful subscriber. So that's one other thing, is that you always get everything included after you subscribe. So we always want to take care of the people that are there, that like, we're not going to raise the price on you guys. Obviously, as long as you're a subscriber, you always get everything that's included in that plan.
Yeah, my algo is in at 926.50 and out at 990.75. So I think you're making new highs here.
It's pretty good. Beta testers, we actually do have a beta test program. We don't, honestly, we probably should be using it more. We haven't really used it that much because like I'm the one who just spams it all day. Like I'm the one who tested Edgeful AI, but we should probably use it more, to be honest, the beta test group. Yeah. Maybe we should do some sort of like application or something for it. But Steve, the algos, I see a question with the algos licensed to one machine. They are not licensed to one machine. You can, I mean, I'm not really sure exactly what you're saying, what your question is there, but there are trading view strategies that you automate through Edgeful. You connect them to your broker. You can have, I believe we actually don't even have a limit on how many accounts you can connect to, which is not typical across, like most other companies like will charge you more for more account connections, but you can have as many accounts as you want connected. So like whatever else, when the algo goes off, we'll send it. We'll send the orders. Relating to the speed of the execution of the algos, just so you guys know, the speed at which it takes you to blink is typically 400 milliseconds. The execution, our execution speed is between 100 and 300 milliseconds. So that means that we're executing the orders faster than you can blink. I just want you guys to know that. So execution speed is not going to be an issue. We do have market orders. We have limit orders as well. So you guys can decide which ones you want to do. Yeah, and then Jim, or Jim with an E. You can automate any algo you want, any trading view strategy. It does not have to be one of ours. You can automate any algo through the edgeful automation. So you can use ours, or you can use one that you've built. You don't have to use ours. You don't have to automate ours. You can automate any single strategy that you find, whether we make it or someone else makes it or you make it. It doesn't really matter. But if you use the edgeful automation, you can automate any trading view strategy. Yeah, so there's that.
Nice.
And I see a question about Forex here. We don't have the live data for the Forex or crypto. We have, we only have the live data in the screener and the what's in play for futures and equities.
Yeah, there is a report so on it.
Yeah, we do have the historical data. We do have the reports on there. And yeah, I see Shlok Premium has a question about becoming a beta tester. Yeah, we might open up like some sort of application process to become a beta tester. But yeah, so that was a lot. It was a lot of talking on my end. So
yeah,
I appreciate you guys listening. But
a lot of questions for you, definitely. But I think, yeah, I mean, you can join our streams every single, well, André and I on Monday and Friday. I'll be on more often going forward, but you know, join our streams every single day. And yeah, I think we can call it. Yeah,
wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Right.
Nasdaq still pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good trading, guys. We'll see you all on Monday. Andrew and I will be alive on Monday. We'll see you there. Have a good rest of the day. Don't force or chase anything to end the day, and we'll start off March on a good note.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir. Cheers, guys.